Cultural Foods by Adam, Dustin, and Isaac.
Why we chose foods. We chose to do foods because, like everyone, we too enjoy food on a day-to-day basis. Variety within food is very important, and without cultural diversity, we wouldn't have many delicious dishes that we enjoy today. We are curious what foods are culturally specific. Food is one of the best ways to showcase diversity between nations. Our first food we'll talk about is Somali bread. Ramon is a student at SDSU. He is from Eritrea, Africa. Ramon says that Somali bread is a deep fried bread that will raise your cholesterol, but it's so delicious it's worth it. Somali bread is a food found native to Somalia, but the popularity of the dish grew so other countries around it also consider it a cultural dish. The dish is simple and does not take lots of ingredients. This is due to the limited resources around that area of Africa. Somali bread's ingredients are flour, cornstarch, yeast, sugar, optional yogurt or some sort of thick milk, and salt.
Our next type of food is pan de muertos, or bread of the dead. Pan de muertos is a type of sweet bread that is served at celebrations for the Mexican holiday Dia de los Muertos and is offered to the spirits on the ofrenda, or altar. Pan de muertos originated from the Spanish conquest of Mexico, when wheat and bread making was introduced in friendlier times to the indigenous people. They would bake pan de muerto, or dead bread, as a symbol of sacrifice to the gods, and in their sacrifices, they would hope the gods would end the conquest of the native peoples. The bones would be baked into the top of the bread to represent the dead, and red dye, or fruit juice, would be symbolic of the heart and blood of the sacrificed. This bread would evolve into pan de muertos, and since in modern times ripping the beating hearts out of people is seen as mildly barbaric, the red dye is omitted from the modern pan de muertos, and the bread is offered in respect for the dead rather than a sacrifice to the gods. The main ingredients of pan de muertos are flour, sugar, yeast, eggs, milk, and orange zest. However, there could be some variations, like certain regions still may add in a little bit of dye or fruit juice on top to represent the blood of the deceased, or stuff along those lines as well.
Kartoffelwurst. This dish has been in our family history since we came over the ocean from Germany. Aaron Hauser, that would be my dad. Kartoffelwurst is one of my favorite dishes and it is a traditional German dish that I grew up eating. Its main ingredients are kielbasa sausage, which is a sausage that is traditionally from Germany, russet potatoes, another traditional potato, bell peppers, jalapenos, and then lastly sauerkraut is a very traditional addition, though this dish can be changed in a variety of ways to make it more tasty for your liking. This traditional German entree is often enjoyed with a slice of bread with peanut butter on it. To no one's surprise, Germans have a long and great love for both sausages and potatoes. Potatoes have been around since about 1630, and sausages have been around for closer to 4,000 years now. Obviously, it can be inferred that it would be combined almost immediately into the dish that it is known as today.
Our final dish today is borscht, and borscht is a type of soup that originated in Eastern Europe sometime around the 17th to 18th century. While it's commonly associated with Russia, the dish is actually Ukrainian. In the region, it's considered an everyday food, but is also served at some rituals or ceremonies. One of these rituals would be Donatetsky na borscht, literally translates to the daughter-in-law for borscht, where the parents of both newlyweds would have dinner with the newly married couple and eat, you guessed it, borscht prepared by the daughter-in-law. Some of the main ingredients of borscht are beetroot, various broths, beef, various vegetables, which predominantly involve cabbage, but may also involve stuff like corn or potatoes or stuff like that, and is usually garnished with sour cream, even though the example here does not show that. So diversity of foods. Each food has their own country and culture that they come from. Even though none of them are similar, they share one thing in common. Each nation's dish is made with what is available to them. Similar to food, people base their choices, ethics, and values on how and where they are grown.
No dish tastes the same, not even if they use the exact same recipe, and every human has a different personality. Diversity is a good thing in food and in society. In order to better understand the world, we must first better understand each other.
Some discussion questions you can answer to on the board are: how does diversity within food affect our daily lives? Would you move to the country of origin of your favorite food? What food is prominent in your ancestors' culture? We hope you have a great Christmas break. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope you enjoy, and if you need to respond to those discussion questions, hopefully you can pause this video. Have a Merry Christmas.